the principle of colors. Yeah, some of you might be wondering what exactly is the difference between principle and psychology. I know a lot of people that are more educated than me. If you're a professor or you're a scholar, you are a very good student, you are brilliant in school, you understand, you know the difference between principle and psychology of color. But one thing I want you guys to understand, even if you don't know it at this point, even if you know it, just still listen. Yeah. So the principle of color are the how to use color, the how to use color. While the psychology of color is the why do you use the color. So that's just the simple definition of it. So how do we use color? We use color with it by its natural state. We use color maybe when we intensify it. We use color by adding a little bit of white to it or adding a little bit of black to it. However, it's still the same color we are using. So that is the how, the principle of using colors. While the why, while while WHILE, the why, WHY of using a color is the psychology. So we'll be talking about the why. However, in this video, we'll be talking about the how do we use color. So the first way we use color is one, by using color in its natural state, like the basic, pure basic color. That is also known as the hue of the hue. So the hue basically refers to the pure basic color of the color wheel. So that's the natural state of the color. It has not been tampered with black. It has not been intensified. It has not been washed out. It has not been added black, gray, or anything has not been added to it to add value to that color. So the natural state of that color, that is what we call hue. So color, if you add black to it, if you add white, if you add anything, it's still color. So the difference between color and hue is that color is the more, it's the sphere, is the bigger sphere. So inside the bigger sphere we have the hue. Inside the hue, that's where you now have different compartments, because hue is a color, a saturated color is a color, or an intensified color rather is a color, and a color that black has been added to it is a color. So all of these are color. However, the natural state of that color is what we call hue. So, and it is the most noticeable attribute of a color. Just the color as it is what we call hue. When it has not been mixed, let's put it like that. When it has not been mixed. So, and I think most colors like that are like the primary color, like the red, blue, and yellow. Those primary color are just they are in their natural state and has not been mixed with anything. So, but the moment you start mixing colors with black, you start mixing color with white, you start adding a little bit of extra intensity to the color, then that is no more hue. So then we'll be moving into saturation, which is the next type of, the next way we can use our color. Like, how do we use our color? We can use it saturated or desaturated. Now, what is saturation? Saturation is just intensifying a color, intensifying a natural color to make it appear more vibrant. So, and the saturated color are like washed away, like the color is becoming fading, is becoming muted, something like. And this is an example of a saturated color. It comes out extra bright. It comes out, it gives your eye more, it calls more attention to itself. That's a saturated color, while a desaturated color is washed out. So then the next one we have temperature. Now colors, the way we use color, we can categorize the way we use color into two. So you can, how do we use, we can use color according to its temperature. So there is the warm color and there is the cool or cold or whatever name you call, you can even call it ice, because it's warm and we have cool color. We have warm color and we have cool color. So warm color, and these colors are based on, they are categorized based on the way the human body interacts with this color. They are categorized based on the way human body interact with this color. So I'll be giving an example. We have this category, and the category that falls into warm color, you can call it warm, you can call it hot, whatever, as long as it's not cool, as long as it's something that is hot. So you can categorize this color under them. We have red, we have orange, we have yellow. These are colors that can be categorized as warm color, while cool color are color like blue, like green, like purple, and so on and so forth. You can even categorize brown under cool color. So the reason why these colors are like that is because of the way we interact with them. So let me give you an example of what I'm saying. Let's say we have a background to show the intensity of the color, and the background is white. Let's remove some of the outline. I'm not a fan of that. So let me draw a circle inside of it to remove the outline. Now I want you to tell me how you interact with this. Now with this makes your body active. This kind of color, that is why they are warm color. They make your body active, they make you ready to react to something. So that is why they are warm color. So if we have something like this also, it just, even this one is now even more intense than the other one, that's the red. Yellow is now more intense than red that we have. But let's imagine we have a situation where we have this kind of color. Yeah, your the way your body reacts to this is different. Is it your body or your eyes? There is just a way you react to the blue color different from the red color. Let me intensify your body again. So there's a way you react to cool color different from bright color. Let's have this again. There's a way your body just reacts to it, and if we have this, your body just calm down a little. Your body just calms down a little bit. That So that is why we have categories of color. You can use color based on their temperature. Uh, we have the warm color, which is red. You can even have magenta, we have orange, and we have yellow. While for cool color, we have colors like blue, colors like green, and we have colors like purple, and so on and so forth. So that is all about temperature. And the last, even though there are still some principle of colors that are more than this, but these are the basic one you have to know for now. So the last one is value. So what is value? Value refers to the lightness or darkness of a color. So for to add an extra layer of color or an overlay on a color, then you are doing something called changing the value. You are actually just changing the value of that color. So let's say, for example, I have let's bring back our example. Let's say I have this green, a little bit of bright green color, and I say I want to change the value. All I have to start doing is adding some layer of black to it. So let's say I duplicate this and I change this to black. So all I have to do, if I want to add extra, if I want to change the value so that you guys can see the difference, all I have to do is just make this an overlay. You understand? So I can just make this an overlay, and already I have changed I have changed the value of, even though it's still looking green, but I have changed the value of some of the parts of this green. So it is no more um, a a regular grain that we used to have, like what we have here. So we've added extra value of extra shade. So under value we have tint, under value we have shade. So for tint, tint is like adding extra white to a color. So for tint we should have this. So tint is like adding extra white to a color. So we can just say, okay, let's make this, no, sorry, let's just make it so even though it's still looking green, however, it is not in its natural state anymore, which is the hue. It is not in its natural state anymore. We've added white to it. So it's just lightening or darkening a color. That is what we call value. So if I should make this if I should add a little bit of black or gray to it, that is, we've added a shade to that color and the value of the color has been dropped. You understand? So under this video we understand the principle, the four basic principle of colors, which is the hue. We said is the natural state of every color. We have the saturation. We have saturation to be the intensified state of a color or the washed away state of the color, and the intensified state is the saturated state, while the washed away state is the desaturated state. And we understand that colors can be categorized into warm and cool color. Warm colors we have red, orange and yellow, and other colors like that, while the cool color we have colors like blue, green, purple and so on and so forth. While colors can also be used in their value by removing or adding extra value to them. And we have light value, we have high value and we have low value. High value are when light extra light is added, like white is added to a color, and low value is when the color the state of the color has been changed to a darker version of it. So in the next video we'll be talking about color combination or color harmony.